Rode microphones are the official microphones of Be Terrific. Find out more at rodemic.com.
Hey Terrifics, welcome back to another episode, actually our fourth episode of A League of Our Own. I'm Abiba Davis, and sitting with me are my beautiful colleagues, Sonia and Nicole. First, we want to start off by saying thank you, and we apologize for last week. We had huge technical difficulties, but you know what? We're here now, and we're going to give you even double episode, double the fun, double the highlights, excitement, all that good stuff. So thank you guys for tuning in. So for the past 2 weeks, it's been crazy since you've seen us. There's so many stuff going on in the world of sports, from college ball, the NFL, MLB, which we're going to discuss everything. Preseason ball, WNBA, hockey is even here. Yes, hockey. I'm going to try and get into that, Jesus, but yes, hockey. So let's start off with the highlights of the week. So we're going to start off with my girl, Nicole. What's your favorite highlight of the week?
I mean, if I'm going back the past 2 weeks,
Yeah,
I have been loving college football because it was just a week.
Yes.
Like 2 weeks of butt whoopings.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I have just never seen so many blowout games and actually enjoyed it.
Yeah. No, seriously, like blowouts are, you know what? Shutouts. Like my favorite shutout. Like I'm just amazed by what Jim Harbaugh is doing with the Michigan team. I was like, what? Like I'm scratching my head. I'm like, because the first time I saw them debut, they lost. So I was like, ooh, it's gonna be 3 years before that, you know, they turn around. Then game 2, 3, 4. I'm like, what is going on? They look like a professional team. Their defense looked better than the St. Louis Rams defense. I said it, St. Louis. I said it. Get it together. These college kids, but it's true.
It's a legacy, though. I mean, look at the, you know.
I know, but no, Harbaugh, like he's displaying what he displayed in the first year he was at the 49ers when he came in. But then is that what the outcome of Michigan gonna be? Are you hot the first year and then
it's possible? It's really possible.
You fizzle out.
I think he's a great coach, and that's one of the reasons they look so good. I mean,
Yeah,
I want to suit up and play, and I'm like,
my mouth is gonna go blue.
I don't know if I can go blue.
I know, because you're Ohio State, which has been doing. They've been winning by the skin of their little buck-ass teeth.
Yeah, but they've been exciting games. So you know, it makes you want to watch, because you're like, are they going to win? Are they not going to win? Like,
yeah, but you can't. It's too close to comfort.
Last game though, Maryland.
Too close to comfort. They came back though in that second half. Like,
yeah, they did.
They, especially the fourth quarter, with like a vengeance, and I like that. But when you make it too close to comfort with the wrong school, because Maryland is, they're cool. They're not that tough, even though they have a QB who's like Michael Vick. I know, like I was like, I didn't know Michael Vick went to Maryland. Like that boy was running like I've never seen. I was like, wow, no, college ball is just like so exciting. And I remember you were saying your team, Alabama. They've been stepping up.
That was a great blowout.
Yeah.
I mean, watching them in the rain take on Georgia Bulldogs like that.
I know them Bulldogs, them poor little puppies.
I know. And then when they played Arkansas, you know, this past weekend, it was just another good game to watch. Glad to see them continue to get W's. Yeah. Because that's how you get another championship.
Like he's good. Like he's a great defensive. You know what? I learned. I rep my Clemson, my Tigers. Go Tigers, who's been killing it, undefeated. You know, ACC doing their thing. Like they killed Georgia Tech. Like, I'm just, Deshaun Watson, you are amazing. Dabo Swinney, you know I love you. But I just learned that Dabo was a wide receiver at what?
In high school?
No, he was a wide receiver, and he learned his like defensive like plays and stuff from like Nick Saban. So I was kind of like, Alabama got a little tie in there. I'm not giving Alabama any props. No roll tide. But
we'll roll tight over here on this side. Don't worry,
and
we're good.
And I'm gonna be salty. War eagle. I'm a war eagle. But anyway, So I'm happy what Clemson is doing right now. They look like the team to beat in the ACC, and and then with South Carolina, their coach Spurrier retiring.
Yeah.
I was shocked to hear that news. And he had a news conference, a press conference today, and you know, it was just like, wow,
the legacy is done.
I know.
You know?
Yeah, they just and they don't make them like that no more. You know what I mean? I don't know.
But he explained it best, because I was thinking, like, when coaches basically resign when they're having such a bad season, I'm like, is that a weak way of saying you can't handle it? But then when I watched his press conference and I watched his interviews, he explained it so great. He was like, you know, the age where he's at right now, you know, the team, it's just, they're not on the same level. And, you know, sometimes when you see a player not doing so well, it's time to bench him. You know, he was like, when a team is not doing so well, and for years, you know, for a while, and, you know, it's time for me to step away. So to give new coaches with new energy and new vibrancy time to take over. So I looked at it, I was like, you know what? That's good. I guess because he's Spurrier too, you respect that, because any other coach, they'd be like, womp, wuss, bye. Like, you know, so.
Yeah, but he had a rep, so he had a reputation, so it's carried him.
He's a legend there. So, I mean, I want to see what South Carolina looks like. When they went back to practice, they actually, you know, they were in like high spirits, high hopes. He said he's going to show back up to the, you know, he's going to show up in the weight room, you know, he's going to come to games and just be you know, cheerleading spirit behind them and just like cheering them on. So that was, it was a great exit. You know?
And that, you know what, it takes a lot for a coach, I think, to do that even, because I know for me, for example, if I was a coach, I want to go out with a bang.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, like, I'm going to try to stick this out. You know, I'm going to try to be like Mike Vick. And I'm going to try to, I'm going to just keep trying to go, you know, till the wheels fall off. But, you know, sometimes you do. You got to make that choice. You got to know when to make that choice and when it's time to get out,
and
you know?
And what's best for the team versus your ego.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. And I think he made, of course, like, which half of the coaches are till they have to get fired.
Yeah.
And speaking of fired, I know you girls were talking about, oh my God, USC.
Yes.
I'm pronouncing names wrong. Sarcastic.
What is that? This is not a grammar show.
I'm sorry.
Pronounce.
I speak Spanish. I just pronounce everything in Spanish.
In Spanish is Sarkasian. It's Sarkasian.
Sarkasian.
Yeah, Sarkasian. For being a good old drunkie, aka drunkie.
Oh man.
First he was leave of absence.
No, that.
But like
they tried.
Tried to leave of absence. You know, you showing up to games with a Colt 45 in your back pocket. Like, come on now, like, get out of here. Like, I don't want you around my kid, coaching my kid.
No.
Like, with smelling like booze and God knows what. Like, you know, the athletic director should be on like on thin ice for that.
Oh,
for
I'm sure
keeping
he
him
is.
there when he saw incidents about that.
Yeah,
you know.
I think they were just. I think, you know, too, it was just such a tough call, because, you know, you want to help the person out, especially if you know them personally, and if you've been if you've been there for a long time. It's like these are such personal problems that are getting brought into the game. You know what I mean?
But so here's the thing. I mean, these coaches are people, and people don't realize how hard it is to coach these teams.
Oh,
I mean, you've got people working and betting and really plotting on your success or failure as a coach. And so a lot of them have these issues. He's not the only one. He's probably the first one.
But he did one dumb enough to get caught. And as a leader, you should, if you're going to take that position, you got to know the consequences that come behind it. You're under a microscope, under a spotlight, no matter what. And you come into games drunk. You acting a fool, running up bar tabs when the teams be traveling and stuff. Like, you have a long history of that. Stop it. If I'm a mom, I don't want that around my kid. I'm sorry.
If I'm a player, I don't want to coach
that.
Like that.
I don't want to coach drunk and stuff. Like, come on, like.
And at least, like, and we could even bring up, you know, Sabathia.
CC Sabathia.
And you know, even just how he at least took responsibility. I mean, you know, and one of the biggest things I think when I was reading up a lot about him, it's just he wanted to be a role model, and he wants to be a role model to his kids, and I mean, listen, people are people; they make mistakes. You are not defined by your mistakes, but you know what? You got to take responsibility.
And a role model is a role model whether they want it to or not.
They're
on
on
stage.
Exactly. You want to play a professional sport. You know what comes along with it. Absolutely. You want to be in that spotlight. You know what comes along with it. So no matter if you don't want to, like you said, where you want to be a role model or not, come on. You got to be smarter than that. And take responsibility.
So much smarter.
So in college world. So I mean, I'm excited for what's going to happen to these teams. Yeah. And a lot of coaches out there are basically like biting their nails right now. College coaches like, oh God, like who's next? I got to
clean up.
Texas, I feel if they didn't win versus Oklahoma, what happened? What happened? How you let Texas beat you? What had happened? Like, I know Strong was like back there in his coaching seat, like, whoo, I got one more week. Good God, help me, Jesus. Like, I swear, like.
I mean, I was just proud of them though for at least trying to, like, I'm glad Texas came through, but that was embarrassing
for Oklahoma.
Yeah.
That was just horrible.
Another good old butt whipping.
Yeah.
Upset.
In the world of NFL, my highlights. I mean, my team. Last week, well, I guess because we're covering 2 weeks, they went to London. Cheerio, London. How's everybody doing over there? Shout out to Brixton, Stockwell. Yeah, my team went over there. Like I told them, they didn't eat no fish and chips. They didn't even switch a dick. They actually went on the plane and had like a long list. They had about 1,300 rolls of toilet paper. I think so.
I saw that.
Yeah, it's a lot. Like Charmin went out of business with the jet plane. But it helped them win. They clean booty helped them win. So I was very happy that they pulled out that win. And Miami, sorry, and now they're on a bye week, and Miami didn't buy their coach a return ticket because he got fired. Ooh, sorry, Joe Philbin. And then they gave their defensive coordinator the boot. So they said bye during their bye week. Their bye week was literally bye. Get out of here.
BYE.
But I would like to say bye to their front office because it's not the coach's fault. Your organization, the front office, y'all need to clean up house. Yep. I'm just saying, send me down there. I got y'all.
It's about that time.
So they were on a bye week, so I didn't get to I wasn't really, like looking for them this Sunday. But Sundays, great games.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite is when, I love good games when it's like coming down to the wire.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
Favorite.
Like the excitement. A lot of teams, especially if it's your team, you don't want that. You want them to have a blowout, like Patriots and Cowboys. Whew. Oh Lord, Jerry Jones gonna put on that QB outfit. Watch. He gonna be like Matt Castle Galloway. I'm waiting for the day Jerry put on that QB outfit and talk about I'm ready.
He actually might do a better job. I don't know.
But back to teams. When you love your team, you want to see them blow them out, so you can just walk away after at third quarter and be like, they all right, they 60-something to 0, they good. But I was intrigued with, my favorite was Cincinnati, Bengals and Seahawks.
They've been playing well.
That was a good game.
I mean, what? I like Andy Dalton. Like, that's my favorite Gingy since Shrek. You remember little Gingy bread? Gingy. He's my favorite ginger. Like, shout out to Andy Dalton, go ahead. But, that was a great game. Yeah. Just came through. I thought Seahawks was going to murder them. They came back it's the fourth quarter they came back, right?
It's so nice to see the Bengals putting up some really good games for us.
But you know what? The Bengals, they always do great, right? Mm-hmm. Get to the playoffs. They can't show up in the playoffs. So it's kind of like, all right, this is kind of a repeat pattern. Y'all so good in the season, just like the Falcons for the NFC.
Yes.
Just don't show up in the playoffs. And that's when it matters. Yeah. Unlike the Giants, they look like garbage in the beginning. They win because the NFC East is just garbage itself.
Yeah, exactly.
So they get a little, wild card. They come in and win a championship.
Yeah.
That to me, I prefer that than you look so great, like you be 18-0, and then on the spotlight you done. No. So that was a great game for me. Giants. Remember Donnelly, tight end, that catch, and from the Browns. Is it Brink?
Oh, no.
What's his name again? Brink? Oh. No, I got something for y'all.
I always
Miami, these girls are going to die when I'm done. So
no.
These are I want to ask you girls for the highlights, the best catches. Because Odell Beckham Jr. is still to this day known for the best catch, which I think is all right, whatever.
I think it's a little overrated.
You're coming up next. I'm coming for you.
Oh, I got the best catch.
I'm
I got the best catch.
I mean, first off, he gets a touchdown and then almost hurts his hamstring because he's celebrating? What are you doing?
You're talking about OBGYN? I mean, OBJ?
What are you doing? Stop.
No, for real. I'm going to look up. The best catch was between, I'm going to ask you girls. You saw the Cleveland Browns in the end. I think it was He caught it for 18 yards.
Yeah.
And they won against the Ravens.
Talking about in history.
No, the Ravens. I want to ask you guys, like, because it's been a topic of, because Donnelly, that catch was amazing. Fingertips with two defenders on you. And you managed to hold it. You didn't even pull it in. You just in bounds and everything. And then the Browns, I think his name is Barnridge or Banridge. Boys, tell me.
Oh.
Yeah. And he caught it with his thigh.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I brought an official ball.
Oh, God.
Because this is what we do here.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you think girls should
try it? I don't know. Girl, try it. Just try it.
Like,
it's not that hard.
Let me try the fingertip. Like somebody didn't hit the thigh master. Now then the fingertip, it's like,
don't fall back.
No, see, I gotta fall back and hold it like this.
All right, let me give you better.
I'm gonna try to Sonia. Let's see.
Let's see.
Fingertip, like over your head. You got it straight. Ready?
I'm ready.
Over your head. Like, I think the thigh one. So I'm gonna go with Cleveland Browns. Best catch this Sunday.
Because I mean, come on, you can you can still got your hands.
Yeah.
Those gloves are
easy. Yeah. But the thigh, like touchdown with the thighs.
Those pants are
best
tight
catch.
too.
Yeah. Best catch ever. So this ball goes to you, Cleveland Browns. Favorite catch of the week.
Because they ain't doing anything else, really. Because I mean,
that's true.
Well, you know, they're your rivals. Like, that's your team.
Yeah,
the Steelers. So we're coming to that.
The
so
Browns
really
haven't
been good.
Yeah, they just never really have.
Poor Cleveland.
I'm
sorry, Cleveland.
We still love you, but you know.
I'm sorry.
It's just can't get right.
It's okay.
Like,
Next year.
It's like Charlie Brown. You know? It's like when Lucy, you know.
But they're in your conference. That's why I feel a little salty too. Like, you know, Pittsburgh.
Of course.
I want you to talk about Pittsburgh because I know that's your team. Steelers. Great game again last night.
Great game yesterday. The thing about it though, okay, so the difference between you and I is I don't want to see the blowouts. Blowouts to me are like,
I don't want to see the blowouts. If it's my team,
no, but I want to watch. Like, I'm one of those fans that wants to watch the game. So
if it's another team, I don't want my team to come that close.
Okay,
I get heart attacks. I can't.
But I like close games, like all games, including. I mean, well, of course, I want my team to win.
You know, you were sweating bullets last night.
I was sweating bullets, and I stayed up late because I did not want to. Like, I was like this, and then the whole time I was just like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen next? And then, I mean, the mere fact that they took that huge risk. I mean, they could have kicked the ball and just tied it up, and then just took it in, but no, they were like, nope, we're gonna run it. Yeah, we're gonna run this.
That was amazing. Like, LaDavion Bell showed up, saved by the bell. That was one bell that came through, ring-a-ling-ling-ling.
Yeah,
love him. We saw in the last, because it's so funny because we were even like texting each other and stuff, because we actually do text each other, guys. Like, we talk to each other about the game. And we were talking like in the beginning, we're like, ooh, Vic, poor baby, you should retire next year and stuff. But vintage Vic showed up. We saw 2004 Vic show up, and I got excited.
Me too.
And I don't have anybody in this fight, but I was like, wow, we saw old school Vic show up. I was like, wow.
Yeah, and if I could say, like if you're watching this, Vic, honestly, like speaking as a coach, as an athlete, like I just feel like a lot of times you get all this pressure from everybody else, and I really think if he just had that confidence in himself, then it would just totally flip it around.
Confidence,
you know what
and
I mean?
Consistency. Those two C words.
I mean, listen, we know. Listen, he was a better runner, like you said, than
back in the Falcon days.
You know, so he's always been like a better quarterback that runs the ball. Yeah. But you know, it's like if he just, I think it just sometimes there's moments where he just doesn't have confidence, and like that will make or break a player.
Yeah, because he almost threw a few little interceptions, and I was like, ooh, thank you, Jesus, the ball hit the floor. But
and he's still learning.
Through.
He's still learning. I mean, listen, Ben, he knows all the plays. He's been there for who knows how long.
Yeah, he came on August 25th. That's when they signed him. So it's kind of like, you got to give him his props for pulling out that W, especially when NFL, I'm coming for you too. You messed up the clock. The officials with the clock.
Oh,
18 seconds. You know that's like 3 hours in normal time. 18 seconds.
How do you mess up 18 seconds?
18 seconds. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's a big deal.
And if the coaches, they were saying, you know, the NFL is like, officials should have known that, coaches should have been on top of that. But when you're so into the game, we are dependent on the officials to watch the clock. And this is the second time, like in 2 weeks or so, the officials have been messing up. Look at that, the Seahawks game with the Lions.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Batting ball out of end zones and stuff like
bad.
That was
and I think that's why they got their karma when they lost the Cincinnati. I was cheering for Cincy because I'm like, and
Cam, he didn't.
No, but
he didn't
I'm
play
just
well
saying,
that game either.
Yeah, that
So,
too.
yeah.
I remember when Golden Tate was actually on Detroit. I mean, on Seahawks, and that horrible call by the replacement refs. You know, so it's kind of like I feel like the refs were on the Seahawks side. So I was just very happy that Cincy came through with the win.
Yeah,
so.
there's something to that football karma, and like I feel like players like Michael Vick still have a little bit of good left in there. Like they could just like tap into that.
Yeah.
And some of these teams,
I was happy.
They got some good built up.
Yeah, but speaking of karma, I think I guess we could the MLB with everything going on. I was gonna save this for our ugly, but I couldn't help it.
Oh, there's a lot of ugly
Utley and
we could talk about.
Tejada.
Yeah.
Like
that
slide was the most disgusting. Like
I can't see stuff.
But
like
you know
that.
what even kills me
It
the
hurts.
worst? How you safe? You 12 feet from the bag. You 12 feet from plate. How you safe?
Yeah.
You broke dude's legs. You wasn't safe, and you were ruled safe, and then they won the game. But you know what?
He is suspended, and I'll talk about this more like follow on follow.
No, he didn't.
It was
He didn't get
honestly,
suspended. He appealed it.
No.
Oh, get out.
Yeah. He's playing. Like, he appealed it. He didn't want to take because they tried to do a plea deal with him, saying take 1 game suspension.
I was gonna say they gave him a couple of days. And
He's scheduled for October 19th for his appeal date. So of course after. But yesterday, I'm just happy that they bust LA Dodgers butt as karma. That's good karma.
Yeah.
Like the
Granderson,
Mets won.
he's been playing really well.
Yeah.
I asked Siri what the score was to that game this morning. Siri said the Mets crushed the Dodgers last night.
I'm like, all right, Siri. All right, Siri. I'm talking about.
She knows what it's about.
I said,
but and I know Chicago Cubs.
Playing
I
right
am
now.
rooting for
right
them.
now.
I know.
Playing right now.
Actually, keep talking. I'm gonna check the score.
We're gonna have to live update this, guys, because I am honestly just so excited for both the Mets and the Cubs. We were talking about this today at work. It's just been a long time. These fans have been waiting for
100 and something years. Let me stop.
Time.
Chicago. Wait.
They were up last time I checked. 4th inning though.
They won.
They did?
The Cubs won.
What?
What?
Woo!
Wow! In Game 4, 6-4.
Nice.
Wow,
nice.
Cubs. Chicago, I'm gonna cry for you guys. I'm so happy.
Let's have a moment of silence.
All right. I'm so happy. Like I just want to dance. I'm happy for the city of Chicago. Like I feel like they're like they had that drought. Like that's more than a drought. Like I even saw a little kid talking about Chicago. Could you please win in my lifetime? I was like, aww.
At least he wasn't a White Sox fan because that ain't never happened.
Oh Lord. Like. I mean, I'm sure they said that about Boston when they had the curse of the Bambino, and then it was broken. So
and then
you
they won.
never
But
know.
it's been like the Yankees and the Mets too this year. I mean, look at Mets. I mean, Yankees have always been, and they've always been in it. And then now, finally, the Mets made it.
They got knocked out so quick by the Astros.
Yeah.
Like, I blinked and it was over, and they didn't even score. I was like, you know what? Stop it. Stop it. I'm done. I'm not even talking about them. No.
But playoff season, still lots more games to play.
I know. I'm excited, and you have the Blue Jays playing Texas Rangers, right? Yes,
we
Blue Jays and Rangers.
We can ask the handy dandy.
But I don't really. Sorry.
I was gonna say
sorry Toronto, sorry Texas Rangers, but I'm more going. The game to watch for me is the Mets and Dodgers and Chicago Cubs and Cardinals. Cardinals, you already won it so many times. You are second behind the Yankees for winning the most World Series. Come on, act like you just do something.
Pretend you won.
Please.
Yeah, including the Royals too.
Yeah,
the
Royals.
We forgot they're playing the Astros.
Yeah. They're doing good.
Yeah,
they've been doing
good. I think it's tight. I'm not really sure exactly, but I know the Royals came out yesterday and beat the Astros.
So what? All right. Well, I'm going back to the ugly with Tada in our next segment. But so it was a lot going on in
so much
in the world of sports. There's so much. But thank you, girls, for your highlights and. We'll be back after this commercial break, so please stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. If you want to grab some water, sure, but make sure you guys come back.
Rode microphones are the official microphones of Be Terrific. Find out more at RodeMic.com.
Hey, Terrifics, welcome back to League of Our Own. I'm Abiba Davis, and I'm with my girls, Sonia and Nicole. Thank you guys for coming back, tuning back in. We had a great highlight segment. If you missed it, you missed Nicole reenacting the infamous Cleveland Brown catch between the thighs.
I still can't believe I did it.
I'm shocked. Like, I'm not sure that's how Cleveland felt, because that's the game-winning touchdown with the thighs. But now we're going into our segment called Good, Bad, and Ugly. So we're going to throw it to my girl Sonia with the good.
Well, we were going to talk about this last week, but there were no arrests in the whole month of September, and that was like record for a few years, for a long time. And
with, like,
you know what?
athletes,
shout out to
NFL
athletes. So like shout out to the NFL athletes for like staying out of trouble and keep it up.
Nice.
You know what I mean? It's October, but I think they're already it's already messed up at this point. But it's okay. It's all good.
Piggybacking off that too, like with the arrest and stuff, like your boy LaDavian Bell, when he got arrested, and that's how he got suspended for, was it one or 2 games?
I think it was 2.
2 games?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw an amazing piece, and that's why it's in my good, because it was so amazing. E60 piece with him and his mom, and just to see like him, the love of his mom that did everything for him. Like, this woman would not pay her light bill just so her kid could go play and buy him cleats and stuff. Like, she was with him because his dad left when he was 2. And of course, when you don't have a father figure, it's unfortunate, you tend to follow the wrong male figures in your life. And that's why he ended up, I mean, no excuse for you being caught with marijuana in your car, but you kind of empathize a little bit, seeing that piece, and it woke him up, and that's why he came back with such a, such a, like a gusto, like this year. Like, he was just like, he wants to be a leader, not a follower. His mom predicted he was in high school that he's going to be a Steeler. Isn't that amazing? Before he went to Michigan State.
Wow.
Like, she was like, you're going to be a Steeler. And he was like, for real, Mom? And she was like, no, you're going to be a Steeler. Yeah. And so funny, drafted. He called his mom. He's like, Mom, I got picked up by the Steelers. She was like, I knew it. So it was just like, yes, there's been no arrests and there's been some arrests, but some of them actually turned their lives around.
And that's what's important.
Did, great. And so that's like one of my goods that I enjoyed watching, and I love those pieces. So E60, like, keep doing those pieces, showcasing that it's okay if you slip up, and you can come back from it and learn from it and be a great example for children that are watching that don't have a father figure in their home, that got in trouble and think it's the end, that they could just dust themselves off, take that quiet time to think about what they did, and just come back out there, ready to just go. So that's great just to hear that.
Yeah, I mean, it's positive. That's the great part about it, is we need to see that. Like, and people don't, I think that's another thing, is we just hear about all the bad. We need to hear about the good too. And nobody was arrested at that time, so that's awesome.
Yeah, like, and would Be Terrific, it's a site about just posting, like, just showing positivity. Like, we're all about positive content, as much as we joke around and stuff. Guys, Terrifics, you guys are awesome, and we just appreciate a home that is about positive content. So we love to talk about just the good, the funny, and the ugly also, and the bad. But we love to hear great stories And speaking of great story, like Nicole, you know, you mentioned about Weekend 88 with
Greg Olson and Dale Earnhardt. They're teaming up with their foundation, and they are basically giving fans a weekend of a lifetime, whatever that is for them. And it's just so exciting to get to see, you know, these two prolific figures doing something really fun in the community and inspiring hope, because I think a lot of people lose that, you know, and they just need a lot of times these athletes, even that they, you know, get so much joy from watching them play. You know, using these athletes to bring a little bit of that joy and hope into their real lives too.
And to piggyback off that, if you guys don't know, Weekend 88 is, like she said, Greg Olson, from a tight end from the Carolina Panthers, Dale Earnhardt Jr., NASCAR superstar. So there's two different, you know, you have the NFL and NASCAR combining together to create such a great foundation where they sell raffle tickets for $18 a pop, and they only sell 1,888 tickets. So I love the whole 88 thing. And they pick a winner. The money that they use, they donate to the Children's Hospital in North Carolina. And to me, that's just so amazing. Like you say, these two powerhouses come together and to help children, because, come on, at the end of the day, the children are...
Well, and that's what I was going to say, even just like what you were talking about, it's like what we just said in the beginning, they're role models. And so these kids, I mean, like I told you, it's one thing when I watch the game, but it is totally different when you see a kid watch this game. These kids, these are like, you know, these are they're almost like their idols. I mean, they're like, I want to be you.
Oh, man.
You know, and so it's so important that you know, athletes take that and really understand what that means.
And
you
don't
know,
forget,
live that
because
out.
they were kids once too. I mean, I think about my little cousin Donovan, and he just, when he grows up, he just wants to, you know, play baseball. He just wants to play baseball. And you don't want to be telling these kids you don't want to do that because of the example that these players now are leading for them. You know, we don't want. I don't want him to aspire to be that way. I want him to keep that hope and that joy and that dream alive as long as it's alive.
Yeah,
so,
like the little girl. ESPN showed this video of this little girl who's been dying to go to a Patriots game. Her favorite player, she just got into football like a year ago. I think she's like around like 9 or 10. I can't remember. And it was Brady. You're playing a little girl, and it's not right. You don't know no better. You don't know no better. But her mom for her birthday had a box, and like she unwrapped it. She saw a jersey, a Brady jersey in there. She was like, "Mom," and then under the jersey were tickets. And she looked at the tickets, and she was like, "I'm going. I'm going. I'm going." The look on her face, and just to know, it's just like, wow, like that's such an impact. Like you said, like these athletes have such an impact on kids and coaches and so forth. So it's kind of like, I'm going back to our first segment. We're saying you don't want to be a role model, but when you're in that spotlight, they are watching. They are watching. You're on a national platform, so whether you like it or not. So I do tip my hat off to Greg Olson and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Remember, that's Weekend 88. You guys can check out their website if you guys want to definitely be a part of it. It's for a good cause. So that's our good. Ooh, I have another good. Actually not. You know what?
It's an okay.
It's a good, but I'm gonna leave for another segment because I just think it's like I want to really like go into it.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. But so we're gonna go into our bad. And since it's MLB postseason, with a lot of stuff going on, how we spoke about Utley and Tejada, and to me it ties into this USA Today article that I saw about racial discord within the MLB. So I'm kind of thinking, is that the whole, Tejada Utley situation? One's of Latin descent, and they've had a history before when Utley played for the Phillies.
Absolutely.
And he used to do some cheap shots at Tejada because the Phillies and Mets meet a lot.
Yep.
So it's kind of like, do you think that's a factor in it with this?
I'm sure it is.
Article?
I was gonna say I didn't consider it, but like that article basically was bringing up, for you guys that hadn't had a chance to read it, was bringing up the racial tension specifically between Latino Latino players and American players in the MLB, because there's a huge population. I forgot exactly what the percentage breakdown was.
86%?
Yeah,
something like that?
Yeah,
86, 87%?
Are from the Latin American countries,
and
they're good.
Yeah, and
that's their culture. That's their life. Then
yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. Like like they playing baseball from they like 1 month old.
Yeah,
like, they come out like they don't ask for mama. They say baseball.
Yeah,
it's baseball.
I used to do talk about inspiring hope. I used to do mission work in Nicaragua, and like these young boys, all they wanted to do was play baseball. And even in a country that couldn't afford much else, I mean, they would put their money, their hopes, their dreams behind these talented players.
It's either baseball or soccer. Those are the two. You know what I mean? So,
and now basketball too, especially in the Dominican Republic.
True. But I do think I do know there's racial tension, and a lot of it even just stems from the past. I think a lot of times when a lot of players were coming here from, they basically would come here. And they weren't getting paid the same as American players. You know what I mean? So this has been a history, and I know that because of that, I mean, there's always going to be that racial tension, just when there's never equality, and even just the language barrier. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so that's been a big deal.
Cultural barrier too, because like I've watched a few games in the Dominican Republic and a lot of Latin countries, and because it's such a huge sport event out there, these people are passionate, borderline, like they go crazy. And the players, they have these antics, and it's like they will taunt each other, but it's culturally accepted in Latin American culture. But in the U.S., where it's more of a conservative, because baseball is like a
pastime.
Yeah, it's America's pastime. And remember, it's been around since 1901.
Yeah,
that long. And I remember, it was like an all-white sport at the time too. Before remember they had the Negro League and stuff. Jackie
Robinson.
But actually, it's like the color barrier in American baseball, as we know it, was actually broken before then by Latin American culture. It wasn't Jackie Robinson.
But I'm just saying, like with those cultural differences, Americans being more conservative, they sit at the game, they're like, you eat popcorn, your $20 hot dog, and they're chill. They're not used to the showboating, and even in Korea, they showboat a little bit out there when they play, like the bat flipping and bat tossing. Americans see that as a sign of disrespect, and a lot of the stuff that the Latin culture, the people from the Latin players do, they taunt and they make jokes, and they're like little showboaty, and Americans see that as disrespect, mostly like the white players. That's what they're saying, and the Latin players are like, nah, this is how we do it. So that's where there's been tension.
It's a cultural barrier.
And then they start, throwing balls at each other and stuff. So, it's that's where I think a lot of it comes from too. It's a cultural standpoint.
And it could even just be jealousy. Let's be honest here. I mean,
they're
good, and I mean, it's been even that culturally. I mean, they are good. And so, I mean, I don't know. It could be that rivalry of just having that jealousy. I mean, it doesn't just happen in women. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, so. It's true. And that's why it just goes back to like the whole Utley and Tejada. Like, I'm like looking at him side eye like, oh man, you tricky. Like, that was a cheap shot.
We keep talking about it. We might as well bring it up because I think that goes right into our ugly, because that
definitely.
He came in high, like, and when you slide, you're supposed to come in low. And like it was late too, so he was already late. Out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You're as a runner, you're out unless you can knock out the ball, break, somehow break the defender's concentration, have them drop the ball, something like that. For Utley to slide the way he did was so deliberate.
It was very deliberate.
And then to break Tejada's leg on top of that. They're talking now about, really looking at the rules for middle infielders and like how you're allowed to slide. Because it's part of the game. If you can knock the ball out, you can knock the ball out, and you're not going to get, suspended or anything like that for it.
But a person with a history of being a douche. I'm calling it that,
I was trying to be nice. I'm like malicious.
I'm sorry, I'm not the nice one. I keep it real.
I hear Philadelphia. Philadelphia is not happy with you right now.
Philadelphia is not even happy with their own team. I said it. Because I'm not coming down there.
Yeah. I
But you can watch our show.
Yeah. No, I mean, now that he's at the Dodgers, you'd think something like that would change. Maybe, like you said, it could have been a coaching thing. They're like, hey, we know you play a little bit.
It's him. It's just in him. Like, no, it's him, and he knows better. And you weren't. You so far. And I'm mad they ruled him safe too. That to me was just ugly and disgusting. Like, he was far away from that plate. Like, come on, you saw it of it. Nowhere near. Not even like his fingertip touched it or an ear. Nothing like that. Just plain right. Just ugly.
Yeah, nasty.
Like that.
Nasty.
Just horrible. I mean, so many uglies going on. Speaking of ugly, I just got an update, which I love. This is how I get in contact, just with the sports world. Like whenever I'm working, I'm like, oh. But I want to bring up something I just saw, and this is kind of crazy. It's going back to, I don't want to bring him up, but it's going back to iPhone 6.
She's coming for you.
Do you want to sponsor?
You know you're not right. No, I want no, wrong, dead wrong, shaking it. Oh my God, I'm about to lose my mind right now.
It's not an Etch-a-Sketch though. You know
no,
what I mean?
It's a Jamaican in me. We hit stuff talking about. Now maybe if we put it in the freezer, it start working. No, but I want to bring this to you girls' attention because we were actually getting ready. I didn't want to. I didn't want to spoil it for you guys because I wanted your genuine reaction because we're saying like, things have been great and stuff, and now we're in the ugly section. I just had to bring this to mind that a former Texas A&M football player admits to hacking a jogger to death because he was mad. Ain't that some real crazy stuff? Like we got a baby Aaron Hernandez out on the loose. Like,
Aaron Hernandez.
I'm just saying.
Well, if there's one, there's got to be more. I mean, it's just
killers on the field.
Yeah.
Yes, it says former Texas A&M football player. Sorry, this has nothing to do with Texas A&M or its organization, but I'm just reading from this blog report on Baller Alert, and it said that Thomas Johnson recently admitted to killing a random jogger at a park in Dallas area. It appears Mr. Johnson picked this victim at random. So he's a serial killer. Absolutely random. Dallas police deputy told the Dallas Morning News he just attacked him. It's very unusual. He's only 21. And he just...
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, I'm just like, what happened? Like...
You know what it is?
It's called mental illness.
I was going to say, and you know what it is? As hard as that is to hear, we really have to start checking these players post-playing.
Yeah, because all that mental...
They can actually, occur things like PTSD or, they have similar symptoms as war victims coming back. And for us
Depression
to just release...
is huge, too.
Oh, especially if they don't get picked up going professionally. Yeah. And it's something that I think I would love, to get your opinions on, Terrific, because clearly I was shocked.
Well, we were like, we didn't even know what to say over here on this side.
But that's a great, for real, that you made a great point about, these players, look at Sue, the San Diego Charger, who committed suicide because of the brain, a lot of them are. All these hits you're getting to you don't know, what it's doing to you.
Well, even, what's his name, the one who just passed away from the Giants, and they just now confirmed, I think it was Sash.
Oh,
they just confirmed it. It was an overdose.
Right? Yeah. Oh, overdose.
It was an overdose on paid meds. And
I feel maybe sweeping it under the rug, but it's real out there. Like that movie, Concussion movie. I'm dying to see Will Smith. Yeah. That's a movie I'm dying to see. But I heard the NFL got their little hands on it and edited a lot out of it. So we don't know if we're getting the real truth. But like you say, Terrific. So like Nicole said, we want your opinion on it. Send us your questions or whatever you want to say and about that issue because it is a serious issue.
Oh, it's serial.
Killer. Right. I was thinking about that serial killer. He's gonna be on cold case files or something.
It is. This is literally gonna be on 60 Minutes.
For real.
Yeah. 30 for 30.
Crazy.
It's gonna be
mental health issue, and now with Fells, the tight end from the Giants. That to me is just the ugly, sad news with MRSA.
Yeah,
and they saved his foot, but he was on his deathbed for a minute.
That's a serious disease. I mean, I know people who have gotten it. I mean, I think they need to start cleaning these locker rooms out. I mean, I don't know what it is, but it's disgusting. Yeah. And it stinks in there. But every single football locker room I've ever been in has been nasty.
No, it's true, but he's the one that draws the most attention. But when I was researching, there were 3 cases in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
That 2 players didn't even return back to the NFL. One is currently suing the kicker. I can't remember his name, but he's currently suing because he can't play anymore. He's suing, I think, for about $20 million. He has a good lawyer, Rosenthal. You know, them Jewish lawyers, they don't play. So he gonna get them coins. But yeah, the NFL has not been for real, like the NFL has just not been very truthful, and then just why I think, remember in the first pilot, I say Roger Goodell needs to go. He needs to go. Yeah. He needs to go. He's a hot mess on wheels. He needs to go. Like, these players, to them, it's just commodities, just stock. It's all about money for them. Yeah. But no, these players are actually people. They're families. They're human beings. Like, you know, like, so I'm glad this whole, I mean, unfortunately it's happened to Fells, but this situation needs to be brought more to light.
Yeah, when they need to start cleaning up these locker rooms.
The ones in Tampa, they were last year. I think it was like last year or year before. But they are cases of MRSA. Like, come on, get it together.
Well, just
get it together.
Yeah, just start cleaning that stuff.
Yeah, Lysol
is
cheap.
It's an infection.
If you go to Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, 99 cents Lysol wipes, 29 cents for the Family Tree Dollar brand bleach. Stop it. Stop it. Clean your lockers and let these players play and be healthy and clean, you know, because if anything happens to any of my Jets players, I swear for God.
And you know what? And
I'm coming for you.
And we're to those players like
except you gotta, Geno Smith. I'm just joking, Gino.
No, but you know what? You got to clean your cuts up too. Like, if you, I mean, it could be a little paper cut, and you know, paper cuts hurt the worst. They're like, I mean, I get
that infection can get into any
open
little
wound,
or even skin to skin contact with someone who has it. I mean, we ain't got it.
It's so nasty.
I went to Family Dollar.
It's real.
But yeah, so yeah, it's just an ugly and sad situation. Again,
but I'm glad it was turning for because I heard they were gonna have to amputate it. So thankfully it's turning. It's turning for the best.
Like,
from ugly to good.
Prayers, are from ugly to good, and it's showing a light on such an ugly disease that's around, and you know, especially and athletes are prone to it. And I didn't know about it until Fells got it. Yeah. So I didn't go research and stuff. A lot of people don't know about it, so it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So so I'm glad, you know, like prayers to his family and to Fells himself, and I hope you a speedy recovery. I'm glad you were able to save that foot. So on behalf of League of Our Own, we just wish you an amazing recovery.
Yes.
All right, so that's us closing out our good, bad, and ugly.
Yes.
I was so excited about that. That was like some really good, bad, and some uglies.
Yeah.
And did they catch a serial killer? Hold on. Oh my God, I want to be talking about him.
You know I'm a jogger, right? Like, I'm a jogger. And I'm like,
did they catch him?
Should I be talking about that team?
How close is New York to Texas?
Like, talk that team. Don't ever talk about Texas A&M.
But we'll be back after this commercial break. I hope they caught him. Jesus. Talk about
Rode microphones are the official microphones of Be Terrific. Find out more at rodemic.com.
Hey Terrifics, welcome back to A League of Our Own. We've been having such a fun time, and for more fun, we're in our segment called Follow Unfollow. This is where we follow some of our favorite athletes or coaches in the world of sports, and we unfollow the hot messes in sports. So I'm gonna toss it to my girl Nicole, since she knows how to catch. or football between the thighs, I'm throwing it to you for your follow for this week.
Oh, perfect, because my follow is a football player, Mr. D'Angelo Williams from the Steelers.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys saw this story, but he wanted to wear, especially because I believe it's this month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. He wanted to wear some like pink apparel, like on his sneaks or something, like on his cleats. And, you know, in memory of his mom who passed away from breast cancer.
Oh.
And he was actually denied the ability to do that by the NFL. Ooh. They said,
because they get no coins from it.
Exactly.
They
said, and I quote, there are no exceptions to the uniform policy.
Okay.
I really think Troy Vincent was wrong for that. Like, he's the vice president, you know, of the NFL's operations, and he's going to come out with a statement like that?
Yeah. He need to go, too. Everybody need to go. Everybody need to go. That's dead wrong. Like, come on now. Like, I mean, I understand when they did that with Beast Mode. He wanted to wear Skittles cleats because Skittles ain't got nothing to do with, you know, like, come on, Skittles. Like, like Marshawn Lynch. Yeah, I understand when they did that.
Even he has, you know, branding or like sponsorship from them. Yeah. Like, this guy just wanted to do something to honor his mom. Wow. Like, and he was going on about like how much his mom meant to him, especially as a player, and like just how she was always there for him, and like when he lost her, he lost.
That's like a follow unfollow. I want to unfollow. What's his name? The vice president.
Oh,
I want to unfollow you.
Tony
fire
Vincent.
You. Tony who?
Tony Vincent.
Tony Vincent. I want to unfollow you, fire you, block you, spam you. You are not nice.
That was rude.
Yes.
You need to add that to your long list of unfollows.
I got a hit list.
You always do.
I like it.
You sure you're not the serial killer?
No, I don't kill nobody. No. I kill them with kindness.
No.
All right, so who's your unfollow?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we all had the same one, but Chase Utley, wrong.
Yes.
Wrong. Dirty. Wrong. Don't do that again. Don't try that again.
Like,
wrong. Wrong.
Dead wrong. Like, no. He needs to be unfollowed, blocked, spam, reported, inappropriate, flag, just take away all forms of, like, delete, cancel,
unfriend him,
unplug, unfriend. You don't need to have any form of devices. Like, nothing. Just go away. Wrong. Unfollow.
That was
Click.
That was
just nasty.
Absolutely.
Like, we went in so much on him, so I think they get the point why we unfollowed you. Sonia.
Sonia. Okay, so my follow is a football player as well, and his name is Eric Berry. And he plays for the Kansas City Chiefs.
He's amazing.
I love him. And he's inspiring. And he's and Eric Berry, you are my hero.
He's amazing.
I mean, just your story. I mean, like I was like tearing up just reading it.
I know.
And
when he first came back.
And you know, I love the overcomer story because you know what? It's like I'm like a little bit of a lover of the underdog, but I just love when people don't give up. And I mean, you know what? Major props to you. And you know, and not only that, I mean, he was nominated, I guess, for like, or he is. Best player of every position.
Yeah.
Like he was the best player of every position, and he overcame, you know, the lymphoma. I mean, he's just my hero. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Like, I just love you, and I'm following you. So that is my follow.
He's amazing. No, his story is great. Like I would piggyback off your follow too. Like that's a good follow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because a lot of doctors say people don't just come back like that. And he came back and he's playing.
Yeah.
Like going over I think it was 6 months of chemo or something.
Yeah.
It was months of chemo.
Yeah. December 2014. He was that's when he was diagnosed
and just came back strong and playing amazingly well.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Kansas City. I mean that you lost Jamal Charles.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Good God. I used to make fun of him, calling him Fumbelina and stuff. But I feel bad that, you know, like he's such a great running back. So I'm sorry to the city of Kansas City. Like, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Eric Berry, definitely a great follow.
And my hero. So not just my follow, but my hero. Amen. And my unfollow, well, I had a few too, actually.
But there you go. Sometimes you just got to unfollow a bunch.
Okay, well, there's a few. And I will just say it was good, bad, and ugly how, you know, oh, dang, it just came to me. And now, oh gosh, I can't think of him now. Green Bay. But it was Kaepernick. It's just so embarrassing.
Oh, the Kaepernick and Green Bay game?
Yeah, and Is it Clay? What am I? Why can I not think? I just lost my train of thought. But
because he's probably watching.
And it was just so embarrassing. So he ended up. Oh, Clay Matthews. There we go. Clay Matthews.
Don't you be talking about my Clay Matthews.
No. I'll follow him.
Oh yeah. Anywhere.
But, yeah.
All of us.
But he had he pretty much made fun of Kaepernick. He did the whole, and I thought that was hilarious, and it was good, bad, and ugly because it just was embarrassing. And so I just was like, ooh,
but that's
Kaepernick.
him.
It's him, but I was just like Kaepernick.
Oh, so you're unfollowing Kaepernick?
Yeah. Yeah, not Clay Matthews.
I feel bad for Kaepernick.
I do too, but it's just not good. But that was it. I really want to go with Klay Thompson. He plays for the Golden State Warriors. And his girl was tweeting about him cheating and stuff like that. And
another one, like Victor Cruz's fiance.
Yeah, it was like that. It was like that. And he just watching him play for Golden State, he is just every time he gets the ball, he shoots. He is just a ball hog. I mean, listen, he's good. I'm not going to take that away from him.
Yeah.
But it's just like. It's just dirty laundry, and it's just I don't like dirty laundry.
So you
I don't like drama.
Follow him because he couldn't keep his fiance or girlfriend in check from tweeting. Like
I think he's just arrogant.
She just unfollowed because she don't like you.
Yeah, sorry.
So
I like Golden State. You're good. I think you're a good player. But I just after that it was like yeah you need to go. Unfollow.
Yeah. Sorry, not sorry.
We can't take your championship away, but we can unfollow you.
Don't take it from Steph Curry. Did you see his gorgeous baby, by the way? Not to sidetrack.
Oh my gosh, I love them.
Is it Ryan?
I think it's Ryan.
The new baby.
The new one.
Yeah.
I love them. I love them.
Shout out to them. I'll always follow them.
Oh, me too. And they were getting on his boots, by the way. Steph Curry, he had some of these boots. But I love fashion.
I liked it. I liked it, but
it was bold. Let's say that.
Maybe, on a point guard.
Maybe Riley put it on him. You don't know.
Yeah,
Riley's a little bold. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But
I love them. I don't care. I love you guys. And I loved your boots.
So funny.
Saint Laurent.
All right. So my follow. It's gonna go to Matt Hasselbeck. I'm gonna say
why
Matt Hasselbeck, for one, showing up coming off your deathbed from a staph infection, puking from both ends, coming in to step in. I mean, sorry to be that but it's for real.
This show is so gross.
It's
pretty gross today.
I'm sorry, guys.
Sorry, it's a good thing we don't have food.
Sorry, but he said it they said it. Anyway, back to unfollowing. Why? You showed up for Andrew Luck, who's still injured, has a shoulder injury. You showed up. You almost on your deathbed, like I said, fever, sick as a dog. You old in QB years, like Abraham old, and
that's before Jesus. Dang,
Father Hasselbeck.
How many touchdowns, Father Hasselbeck? But no, and came in and won the game for the Colts and Texans game last Thursday. So I'm shouting him out for even just doing that. That's amazing to me because I have the flu and I can't even walk down the street.
Oh, heck
So
no.
to play a whole game and just no interception, 267 yards. Let me make sure, 213 yards, 2 TDs, no interception. That to me is a stand-up guy. But you know what I love the best? It was around his birthday, and he didn't want any gifts. He wanted donations, and he raised over $40,000 to build a water well in a region of Africa. Now tell me,
that's cool.
you see?
Okay, I'm following him too.
You almost did.
We all follow you.
We're following you
too.
too.
Pulled out and won a game. I had to follow him.
Yes.
Out of everything, I had to follow him. So Matt Hasselbeck, shout out to you for just being stand-up. Like when you couldn't even stand up.
Yeah.
So I just want to tip my hat off to you, and I will follow you to the ends of the earth. So that's my good. Now for my, no, that's my follow. Now for my unfollow.
It is good. Your follow was good.
Yeah, my follow was great.
Yeah.
So I'm.
Here she did the smack.
Here she comes.
You know when sisters.
Here she comes.
So, Greg Hardy, I'm talking to you. Now, you just can't. You had some troubles back in the Panthers. That's why you're on the Cowboys right now. For the alleged domestic violence and the trial didn't happen because Shorty came up missing.
Why do you know all these serial all the killers? Like what?
I didn't say he killed her.
Hey, we don't know.
I'm just saying.
It could
I didn't say he killed her, but they can't find her, or maybe it's an out-of-court settlement where he paid her off to go run away to Acapulco and spend some millions. I don't know, but I'm unfollowing you because you came back from your 4-game suspension. Come on the Cowboys. You're lucky a team gave you a chance to even come on on our team, and especially the Cowboys. I mean, they need everybody right now. Even a 3-legged goat with cataract.
That's why they got T.O. back.
Cuban.
That's why they were like, T.O.
Right? Like,
T.O., we need you.
Exactly. Like they need everything.
With cataract,
she said. Yes, that 3-legged goat with cataract could be a great QB versus Whedon. I'm sorry. I'm saying it. I said it. But I'm going to find Greg Olsen because he came in off his 4-game suspension, right? And they're gonna play. Ooh, ring fell off. And they interviewed him in the locker room. Instead of having you a nice piece of humble pie, you've been getting nothing but negative, attention. You've been on it for a while. You come out with this horrible, just like statement talking about, I'm looking forward to see Brady. I'm looking forward to see Gisele Bündchen and her sister. She should bring her sister and her cousins, and then so
that he could beat her too.
No, right? But in a way, like he's trying to, hit on, like I'm like, wow. He was like, it's just the statement that he made was just, let me read it. I can't help it. I'm sorry. Like for me, it's just I can't take it. It drives me nuts that And you would see with me why Jason Garrett was a little upset about it. Like, he got like a little backlash from it. Like you say, you coming back from a 4-game suspension. Why are you talking so much? What's your problem? Shut your mouth. Eat a piece of humble pie. Play, and then you could, and speak. But he's talking about he's talking about Brady, and he's like, I love seeing Tom Brady. He's cool. Hardy said, have you seen his wife? I hope she comes to the game. I hope her sisters come to the game. All her friends come to the game. And I'm just like, what you try? He just the terms and references. He also mentioned guns and weapons and stuff. And then a video. And I'm unfollowing for that video he made last year with strippers and guns in it. That was one of the most horrible rap videos. Stop it. Stop it. Play the game. Stop it, Greg Hardy. You are so unfollowed. I wasn't even following you in the beginning. So you know what? You get spammed too, blocked, unfriended, unfollowed. You know what? Done. Yes. So I'm sorry, but I'm going into another unfollow because I can't want to. Yeah. And I think you girls would want to. I'm talking about Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah.
I'm just going to talk about him for a little bit. I'm going to unfollow him because his head is too big for that shoulder. He's swollen, like the little Head and Shoulder commercial got to his head. Mm-hmm. No. He's thinking he's like, a little one-catch wonder. That's what I'm going to call him. In the words of Pro Marty. Thank you. Yeah. I think he just doesn't have, it's just this air of arrogance. Yeah.
Killing it.
Throwing that cheap sucker punch, that cheap shot at the Bills safety.
That's right.
Absolutely. Always complaining that they're double teaming you, triple teaming you. Calvin Johnson gets triple team and double team. And you don't hear him say nothing. Shout out to Calvin Johnson. Matthew Stafford sucks, but you're awesome. But I'm like you cry and whine about people double teaming you. That's your wide receiver.
I was hoping that how he had almost pulled a hamstring or whatever after his little celebration. I was hoping he did, and I was hoping that he didn't come back, but he did.
He came in, and it did. And you know what? It did help because he was like a decoy, and that came back to that great catch by Donnelly. But which I think is better than OBG. Oh yeah. I mean OBG. I keep saying OBGYN.
I'm sure he got that all through college,
right? Because at LSU he was a player that was very mouthy. He would throw cheap shots at players. So
there you go.
He has a passive. So I'm unfollowing you too. It was quick, but I'm unfollowing you. No, and I will not use your shampoo because of that too. I like Troy Polamalu better for Head and Shoulders.
Yeah, me too.
Aww,
go Steelers.
I miss those curls.
I know, right? That's real. That's some nice hair. Not no blonde looking thing, looking
bleached,
like a Muppet.
Fried.
So sorry, I get heated about follow and unfollow guys. I'm so sorry.
She's got lists. I gotta tell you guys, she doesn't let us see the list, but she has a whole list. Like
she's like Santa.
A notepad.
But my naughty list is way long.
Santa Claus has less people on that list.
I can't help it.
Me, I'm like trying to find people and
yeah, you guys are like
I'm like, ooh,
and I'm like,
I'm too nice. I'm like,
no, every time you guys should ask me, who are you following?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna ask you next time.
All right, well, that's our segment of follow and unfollow. Please stay tuned. We'll be back with another great segment. So we'll see you after this commercial break.
Rode microphones are the official microphones of Be Terrific. Find out more at rodemic.com.
Welcome back, Terrifics. Thank you guys for sticking around. We're back with another great segment. Hope you guys were watching before with our follow and follow, our good, bad, and ugly, and our highlights. So this segment, we just wanted to basically bring to light a subject that has been a little bit like, brushed under the rug, hasn't been like showcased as much as, and I mean, including us, we've been like kind of like at fault for that too. It's women in sports. A lot of shows, a lot of networks, and I watch them a lot, 24/7s, have not been showcasing a lot of female-driven sports, or even just sports with, with female athletes, like the WNBA. The finals was Monday, right?
Mm-hmm,
it was Monday. I was watching so much, and I have not seen one coverage on it. Even the following day, didn't see the coverage or anything. Just everything going on. Like, if it's not tennis, you're not gonna see a lot of these sports being covered. So Sonia had such an interesting piece on it, so we wanted to just speak about it in this segment. So
yeah, so I mean, I had a friend, a really good friend of mine who played at the WNBA. Milani played also in the WNBA. Sheryl Swoopes actually just brought up a point that she just really believes that, even just in sports in general, that there just aren't a lot of people that just have this passion for the sport. And it is interesting. I think, like, even I would want to ask like, some of the followers and Terrifics, like, what do you guys think as far as, like, what is your take on why is there more of a following in male sports than there are in women's sports? And the WNBA has been one of those things where people have just been trying to they've just been brushing it under the rug.
Yeah.
And there are some really great players that have been playing and even just paving the way. This last game, like you said, on Monday, it went to 5 games, and Indiana.
Yeah, and in male sports, that would be,
yeah, that was like a big deal. And so, yeah, it went to 5 games, and we had Tamika Catchings, who is like she's a veteran, but she is awesome, and she definitely carries that team. But Maya Moore, I mean, she
Maya Moore, amazing.
And she also played really well. And I mean, there are just a lot of players out there that that they just really people are not really following, or really even interested in. So it's just really kind of like, what's going on? And I'm curious. I mean, I admit that it's maybe not as exciting because there aren't really like, dunks and, these kind of things.
Them girl dunks.
But there are.
I mean, them girl dunks. Them girl dunks. Somebody need to go back to school.
But I guess, like, I'm just curious as to, like, what that really is and why. And like I said, even Sheryl Swoopes, who has, who played in the WNBA.
She's a legend.
And she even said that, really, it's just really these legends that used to be are almost like they're just not really around.
Yeah, after they retire, you don't hear anything from them. And,
really irrelevant.
And then when these male athletes retire, you see them on ESPN, NFL Network. They, you know, there's like Hall of Fame. Is there a WNBA Hall of Fame? Is there?
I don't even think so. No.
Terrific. And let us know, is there a WNBA Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
We're throwing it to you because we want your opinion. And,
we want to know, like, why don't people watch the WNBA? I mean, what is it? And then even just what were you going to say, actually? I just heard you say something.
Oh, maybe you heard my thoughts. You know.
No, I was like, no, I didn't want to jump on what you were going to say. I was just going to end. And that's why I didn't want to interrupt your thought before I went on to the next one. I think what's so amazing though is that we are seeing women though in other aspects. Like for example, the refs in the NFL. Like so now we see female refs. So
out of the 100?
Yeah, but I mean, it is a start, you know, and then.
Has she refed the actual game, right?
Like, she did.
Which one? Oh, I didn't.
I think it was on Monday night.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, Monday night.
I hope she didn't make that crappy call with the Seahawks and Detroit Lions. Don't make us look bad.
And also there are two female coaches, Nancy Lieberman and Sue Bird, who are coaching in the NBA right now. So those are two female coaches that are, I mean, that's huge. I mean, you would never see that in a male.
Fortunate though.
And the Arizona Cardinals too, they actually have a female coach. She is
Was she a coordinator?
She's a coordinator. Yeah, she's a coordinator.
Oh, what? She's a coordinator?
She's a coordinator.
Yeah. Oh, wow, that's amazing.
And I'm
actually gonna look into that because I do want to definitely bring that up in our next show.
Yeah, she has her doctorates, I even believe. I think she has it in like psychology and things like that.
Really
so
cool. But I do think it's something that I think just speaks to our culture in general and the history of these sports because they were all, at one point only played by men. And now you think you have people like even Danica Patrick, race car driver, she's really paving the way for women now, and she has been for, her decades.
But is it because she is beautiful? I'm sorry, because you see her in them GoDaddy commercials. Like, girl,
I think so. Maybe. I think so.
Like,
look,
even that Ronda
Rousey too. Yeah,
she's a cute girl.
Yeah.
Is it because
but she's
cute
good though?
Okay, as long as they're because
she's good though. I mean, I don't know about Danica Patrick, but I mean, I know Ronda Rousey. I mean, she's the best. She
just scared me. I'm not
she is scary. Her last fight, she beat somebody I think in 45 seconds.
Yeah, we cool. I'm following you too, girl.
Yeah.
Ronda, we cool.
But I think looks do have something to do with it.
Yeah, because most athletes that you hear about, female athletes that are in the spotlight, are stunning.
Absolutely, and sometimes you have to overcompensate for your looks by being a badass on the court or on the field.
Absolutely.
Except for Maria, what's her name?
Sharapova?
No, Maria Sharapova is good. I'm talking, is it Anna Kournikova?
Anna Kournikova.
Yeah, because I'm like, that's a supermodel.
Yeah.
She couldn't play a lick, but because she was stunning. The one that dated Enrique Iglesias.
Yeah, exactly. I think they got married.
She was very gorgeous.
But we do have, like, you see, what's her name? The young girl who, she just won her ESPY. She just won at the ESPYs. The baseball player, Little League, she threw out a pitch.
Yes.
I'm lapsing on her name right now, but I mean, she's just a great example of just like maybe one day we might be able to see girls playing with the boys, but I don't think that
like the Cubs, we're gonna wait.
Like
the Cubs, we waiting. It's a drought.
But I do think looks have to do with it, absolutely, because when you even think of the WNBA, when I feel like the female athlete, I mean, when you just think of the female athlete as a whole, there is a certain look, and it's very masculine. I mean, and so a lot of people don't like that, or they don't want to see it.
It's not typical mainstream.
It isn't, because when they think of female, they're thinking of a female that looks a certain way, and so I think that's another reason why maybe female athletes haven't really made it big, just because of that alone. But I love that there are athletes out there that are paving the way with their beauty and with their athletic ability. So
what do you guys think about? Because this is something that I watch, and I wanted to say this sort of segment too, since I know you girls were definitely I'm going to speak on female athletes, but LFL. It's not the Lingerie Football League, but they don't like that. So it's called Legends Football League.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, they changed it.
They changed it?
I guess to get more respect, because the girls are, playing in basically panties and bras. And
you can't. In my opinion, I don't think you can get respect by.
Yeah,
but
I mean, they're good.
You can't be disrespectful and then ask for respect.
They're athletes. I gotta admit,
they're good. I watched.
They're good.
No, I watched. It's so funny because at first I was gonna come on and. You know, I mean, my mouth is cray cray, and I was gonna come in and be like, "Really, girl? Like you in a thong, running around?" And I was getting really mad about like you're so talented and beautiful. You don't have to objectify yourself like that, just to be watched. You know, playing a sport. Because I would see guys watching that game, and the comments they make is just like they're not even watching the game. They're watching the girls' butts and what they're wearing and stuff. But I watched the reality show that they have on Oxygen called Pretty Strong. And it made me have a little compassion and empathy towards them, that these girls are single moms. They're, you know, women that they don't get paid for these games, unfortunately. That's what they're saying. Yeah, they don't.
So they're playing for free?
They're playing for the love of the game. And a few of them said they didn't like the uniforms, you know, but they're like, you know what, if this is the way I have to play, you know, I'm just going to do it, you know, and they're like, you know, I like my butt, I like my body, so might as well. Because they actually do, one's a dentist. That she'll run from the office in her little scrubs and run out there and go play football. So it's kind of like I got a little respect for them because they actually do love the game. These girls practice, they work their butt off, and they're great athletes.
They are.
It's just I don't like the uniforms. It's like if they're gonna do that, the men should just run around in jock straps and shoulder pads.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? If you want to talk about that,
Cam Newton.
But you know what, though? If we want to talk about that,
yes.
If you want to talk about that, though, then it goes on into like cheerleaders, and it goes on into like, you know, the dance. Because, for example, it like halftime dancers and you know these dancers and stuff. I mean, all they do. I mean, that's all they're doing, and they're wearing these little skimpy outfits. And granted, I'm saying they have talent. I'm not trying to take away from that, and I do believe they have, you know, that they. But it's also. They're objectifying themselves as well.
But that within itself is a glamorous sport. Football is not a glamorous sport. You know, I don't want to see you run around, tackle, and jump on each other with your thing up in the air. Ain't nobody. Unless you're Cam Newton. Hey, Calvin. Hey, Clay.
I don't know
but
I don't know.
I'm crazy today, guys.
I mean, I'll be
sorry.
Listen, I'll be watching.
Yeah, I'll watch. I will watch. Like, I will buy the NFL package for $199 for the year. I will watch if you play in some jock straps and a shoulder pad. But it's a contact sport. It's a heavy contact sport. You're looking, you know, it's not a glamorous sport.
You would expect them to have some protection. That's my thing.
Like your butt cheek outside, like your stuff outside, like your boobies. It's
they gotta get hurt.
Only a shoulder pad.
Yeah, I know.
So I think, and in that aspect, I think they should cover up a little bit, you know, so I can like take you a little bit more serious, because I even get distracted. You jumping around, and I don't know.
I'm not watching.
I'm not watching. Yeah, because I'm like, I got it. Yeah. But cheerleading.
I'm just curious to. I actually am curious to see how often they have injuries, because you know, I mean, you see them.
It's an amazing show.
You should see them.
I will check it out before I judge it.
Pretty strong on Oxygen.
I will check it out
because you see the backstory and you kind of go, you know what? All right, I'm not gonna go in hard on you girls.
Yeah,
and say you girls
are
just seeking attention and stuff. No, these girls, when you watch it, you see that they have a passion for the game. They love it. These are like, you know, girls like you and me, just who love something so much and got the opportunity to play. And unfortunately, they gotta go by these rules unless they, you know, one day somebody stands up and go, you know what? I want to change the uniform.
Tony Vincent to stand up and be like, no, there are no exceptions to the uniform.
How about we fire Tony Vincent from the NFL and bring him over to the LFL? You know, like,
and then maybe they start making money then, because then at that point it would all be about that.
It's all be about coins. So so I'm so excited about this segment, because we don't really talk so much about women in the league or women in sports. So it's something I definitely want to go back to.
Oh, I hope we can do more of it on the show.
Yeah, definitely.
This is a perfect platform.
And that's why we want our Terrifics to send us, you know, questions or, you know, comments and stuff. We read, you know, you can follow us on Twitter at A League of Our Own. So the name at A League of Our Own Twitter has 2 extra O's in it. So just in case you guys have been trying to tweet us, we forgot to tell you, like, a league. I know.
But you can look for it. A League of Our Own, you'll find it.
A League of Our Own. And you can tweet us. You can find us at A League of Our Own TV on Instagram. And just send us, you know, DM us your favorite, your questions. And if you have anything that we've missed, or that you want us to speak about, you could definitely reach out to us. So we're gonna go into a commercial break, and we'll be back with what we're looking forward to see this week, and you don't want to miss that. See you guys after the break.
Rode microphones are the official microphones of Be Terrific. Find out more at RodeMic.com.
Hey Terrifics, welcome back to A League of Our Own. Thank you guys for sticking with us for the past, I don't know, hour and change. But we're just so like we're on a high, like we're giddy. We missed you guys. It's been 2 weeks too long. So excuse us if we're a little bit on 10. But we're closing out with what we're looking forward to see this week. And I'm excited for the matchups in college football. I mean, even though it's NBA preseason, I don't know if you girls are looking forward to that. I don't watch NBA preseason, I'm sorry. The playoffs, you know, and yeah, just everything that we're looking forward to. Even the teams that got lost coaches and stuff, I'm looking forward to those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so let's start with who's like me, anybody?
Me. Yeah. I'm so excited. I love postseason for baseball. Yes. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens.
Is that the serial killer? Is he here? Shots fired. I'm sorry, guys. We have people outside playing hockey, and it hit the glass, and I was
you
like,
saw my face. I was like,
we thought it was a serial killer.
I was like, did I get shot?
Hernandez is out of prison.
And then that player came. He heard us. I'm like, how you got here so fast? I'll be like, she said it. Yeah, no, blame it on me. No hablo inglés. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry, guys. That
was a foul ball.
With live TV, I'm sorry. I told you we are unscripted. We are unedited. We are real. We are everything that cable is not. So bear with us.
That's what happens in baseball when they have a foul ball and then all of a sudden it gets in the media booth. They be sitting there like, oh my god. Okay,
they be so good. They're like, oh my god. Well, back to the game at the 7th inning. No, us is like, is somebody trying to kill us? Is a serial killer?
Oh man.
Lord Jesus is a fur.
No, but I am. I'm looking forward to seeing what this Cubs team and this Mets team can do. I mean, they had great games yesterday and tonight.
Yeah.
This could be, comeback season.
Yay! I'm excited about that. Sonia, what are you looking forward to seeing?
I'm actually looking forward to seeing a couple games, but I'm looking forward to seeing Julio Jones. He's going to be playing on Thursday. And you know what? Like him and Antonio Brown have been like really close.
Oh, those are your favorite wide receivers?
And so, yeah.
I like Antonio.
I mean, of course I love Antonio. I mean, Steelers fan. But being that I'm just looking forward to seeing him play again because I feel like they're rivals, and that's why I'm always trying to like watch the two of them, like because I just want to see who's gonna be better at that week,
I say I'm going Antonio. My money is on him.
Oh, me too.
My money is on him.
Julio
is great, but my money is on Antonio Brown. He's a monster.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to, besides this guy, Megatrix. Last time I put a shirt on, y'all didn't hear me, but this time.
I hope you guys know she spends all her money on all of this gear, okay? So you better start sponsoring.
All right?
Looking forward to Dabo Swinney, Clemson Tigers take on Boston College. But I'm actually looking forward to the Big Ten section where Michigan plays Michigan State. Undefeated Michigan State with the shutout kings, Michigan. I am so excited to see. My money is on blue. I'm going blue on that one. Sorry, Ohio State.
Okay.
I love Ohio State. I mean, no, but I'm just saying I like good games. I told you, this is my team. This is ACC. But for Big Ten, the game I'm definitely looking forward to is Michigan and Michigan State. I want to see if the shutout ends for them, or if they shut out. Yeah, because hey, look what they did with Northwestern. Northwestern shut out a team previously to that. I think they shut out, was it Illinois or something like that? I don't know. Nobody cares. Yeah. But they shut them out, and look, they got what they gave. So Michigan is on a roll. Yeah. Like, I'm so excited to see that. I'm actually looking forward to seeing Michigan play Ohio State.
Oh, me too.
That's November. End of November, right? Yeah. November 28th or something like that. Yeah. I'm watching that. That's the one I'm watching for. And I'm so excited too. Looking forward to that. Chick-fil-A is in New York City right now.
Right? Woo! Finally.
Wait, you got some fries in there?
We tore it up.
We tore it up in the car.
But this is what I look forward to every weekend now. I have my college games, so whenever I go down south, I watch my college games, I go to the games, and I have Chick-fil-A. They don't have it in New York, but now they have Chick-fil-A, so I'm gonna feel like I'm down south. So go Tigers! That's what I'm looking forward to. And before we go, I'm looking forward to see if Nicole could definitely do that double,
repeat.
I'm
gonna pull it that way.
Let's pull a Barnage. Is it Barnridge or Banridge or
Barnage?
We're gonna figure out this name situation next week. We have actually a special segment coming next week that you guys are gonna die, because I'm sure you're not the only one that have problems with these names. Just like IK, who punched Gino in the jaw, he's back on the Bills.
Yeah. That's right.
They're back on the Bills. So I can't. I'm waiting to see that, a matchup Bills and Jets. Yeah. So let's see if we can recreate the infamous Cleveland Browns.
Let's go, girl.
Let's go. I'm a count right now.
Let's go. Skills.
Oh, so close. You let me down, legs. You let me down.
Dang it.
The first time still was good, though.
The first time was good. It's okay. It's okay.
She didn't tell me.
And we got that on tape.
I'm sorry. I did. Yeah. But I thank you guys so much for tuning into our episode today. I hope you guys had fun. We did. We missed you guys. 2 weeks. It won't ever happen again. But we're just really happy. We just want to thank the Terrifics for watching. We want to thank Be Terrific, Michael Artist from the Michael Artist Show. We want to thank Greg, my sister, who key hairstylist. She hooks up her hair, giving us TV hair. I definitely just want to thank you fans for watching us and supporting us. Like, this has been a dream of ours for such a long time, and we're glad that we're able to have a platform to show it. And I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's show, and we look forward to seeing you next week, Tuesday, 7:30, 7:35, because sometimes we're late. But thank you guys for watching another episode of A League of Our Own. Good night, guys. God bless. Bye.